Fatal nightclub altercation. New tonight on our news live at 7. Samuel Meadows now behind bars accused of murdering a man outside Blitz nightclub. Details from inside today's court hearing. Plus, Nassau Paradise Island hotels hit an all-time high in occupancy rates over Christmas. An executive tells us no vacancy as resorts experience unprecedented demand. And progress update. Exuma development reaches 40% completion. We get the latest insights in our latest work-in-progress report. Then in our news at 7:30, an alleged child molester remanded accused of molesting a 12-year-old. Legal proceedings now underway. Our news live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kendino Knowles. 32-year-old Samuel Meadows now behind bars accused of murdering Keith Barr outside the Blitz nightclub on Village Road. Prosecutors allege Meadows committed the crime on December 16th after an argument between the two men inside the club. In court today, Meadows appeared before Acting Chief Magistrate Roberto Reckley, but he was not asked to enter a plea to the murder charge. Bail was denied. Meadows is now set to return to court on April 24th to receive voluntary bill of indictment papers. Also from court today, a man accused of molesting a 12-year-old has been remanded as prosecutors say he had unlawful sexual intercourse with a child this month. We've got the full story coming up in our news at 7:30. But before we get to that, hotels in the Nassau Paradise Island chain are seeing record occupancy levels this Christmas season straight into the beginning of January. According to Joy Gibralou, Chief Executive Officer of the Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board, the demand is so overwhelming that some resorts are operating at full capacity with not a single room available this Christmas season.
Bahamas, and I will call them by name because it's on the record, they announced, sorry, we have no room at the inn over the Christmas holiday season. We will be seeing record level occupancies over probably from this week through to the beginning of January. So, and I'm comparing that to 2022, where we ended 2022 very, very strong.
News comes amid record-breaking tourist arrivals of over 8 million this year. Gibralou says occupancy levels will, in fact, outdo 2022 and 2019 numbers.
This whole year, we've had record occupancy levels. Through to August, our occupancy was approximately 80%, and that's compared to 74% in 2019, and we expect that to be higher. I need to let you know that's really high. That's a high occupancy level.
All right, and now from tourism to infrastructure. The Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs revealing that progress is surging on the island of Exuma with construction currently standing at 40%. Joshua Williams tells us more in our latest Work in Progress segment.
In addition to government-funded projects, the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs also engaging in several public-private partnerships on our family islands. Senior Family Island Engineer at the Ministry of Works, David Cox, says some of those projects are in Exuma.
In Exuma, we have 60 miles of road reconstruction going on right now under a PPP project with the Caribbean Pavement Solutions Company Limited to the tune of $60 million. They are almost 40% completed because this PPP started over 18 months ago. It's 60 miles of road reconstruction in hot mix asphalt. 45 miles of those roads will be along the main roads and 15 miles along the settlement roads.
All of the PPP projects on the family islands cover over 280 miles and are expected to cost over $300 million. As for what the $60 million will cover in Exuma?
Typically, the PPP would involve hot mix asphalt paving, road safety improvement. This would include seawalls, sidewalks, installation of new drainage wells and catch pits, culverts, striping, and signage.
Reporting for Work in Progress for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks a lot for that, Joshua. Our news recently launched on TikTok, and all this week we've been giving followers an opportunity to win Junkanoo tickets with our ongoing Junkanoo trivia. And you've still got a chance to win if you head over there now to follow the page. In fact, yesterday's question was, What is the longest Boxing Day winning streak in Junkanoo? Which group and which years? Well, yesterday's winner, Ferran Winder, answered Saxon's Superstars, and it was 6 years from 1998 to 2001. Well, the Saxons say they remain the best group on Bay, and come Boxing Day, they intend to prove it. Berthany McDermott takes us inside the shack.
The Saxons are quite formidable, and that we will rise to any and every occasion. We are the most rushingest group in Junkanoo history, and we are never scared. We will do what has to be done. So we are coming out of the gate 6. Just don't look back.
Saxon suffered a crushing defeat in the 2022 Boxing Day parade, coming in 5th with 84.79 points. The Shell Saxon Superstars are looking to redeem themselves this Boxing Day, and according to Candice Campbell-Moss, the group is working to execute its theme perfectly.
The theme for the Boxing Day parade will be executed efficiently. It will be executed as best as we possibly can, utilizing the creative geniuses that we have here in the Saxon Superstars camp.
While she couldn't release the theme at the time, she said the Saxon's Junkanoo Shack is in high gear, getting everything in order.
It slows down in the morning, but anytime from 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. the next morning, we are very, very feverish. It's a constant in and out situation, making sure everybody is pasted, making sure that their tricks, making sure that the adornments are there, even in terms of feeding people, because of course you can't just have people working nonstop and there be no sustenance. So that is a very, very feverish operation, and we make sure that everybody is taken care of as best as we possibly can.
We spoke to 2 Saxon Superstars as they worked on their pieces for the upcoming parade. They say they're ready and are confident in what they will bring to Bay.
Well, the preparations are going good right now. Just about all the pacing is done. So we're basically doing fine-tuning, decorating, all the things to carry you over the edge.
Basically right now I just doing a little detailing work. So just about finished and ready.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
All right, the competition certainly heating up. And just for clarification, because we want to get it right, the Saxon Superstars, their 6-year streak was from 1996 to 2001. If you want to see that story again, head over to ournews.bs and be sure and stay tuned to Our News at 7:30. Sponsors for this year's Parade Alive will join our Italia Hall in studio to tell you more about the company's efforts and what you need to know before heading to Bay. Much more to get to, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson, he's standing by in the Weather Center. And Greg, are you a Saxons superstar?
Yeah,
so you think that they're going to be able to come back and perhaps get back on that streak that they had for those 6 years?
Who are you talking about, Saxons?
The Saxons. I mean, you heard them. They say, they're the most rushingest.
And they say, bring it to Bay. Then we'll decide then.
Sure, and hopefully the weather holds up too, right?
Yeah, it's
I mean, the temperatures are still low.
Well, it's going to be slightly warmer during that time frame. Maybe a sprinkle or two, but no real significant rainfall is expected in the forecast. But yeah, a warm day around the islands today. Humid, and we did have some early morning showers. Temperatures now into the low 70s. Cloudy skies out there. Most of that is medium to high clouds. Winds are still a little brisk out there. East-northeast at 15 miles per hour, and it feels like 70 degrees on the outside. Right now, it's 67 in Freeport, 71 over in Marsh Harbor, Abaco, Great Harbor Key, here in the capital and in Nicholstown, 73 in Allenstown, Bimini, and in Governor's Harbor. Central Bahamas, 72, Kemps Bay, Arthurstown, Cat Island, 73, 75s in Georgetown, Deadman's Key. You guys in Deadman's Key have some showers nearby in the vicinity. Coburn Downs in Salvador, 70. 77 in Duncantown, Ragged Island, and you guys have some showers, and we pick up more 75s in Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay, Abrams Bay 73, Providencial is 74, Matthew County now where you guys are the warm spot at 76. Satellite radar composite showing a lot of clouds across the area, low and medium to high level clouds. Most of the low clouds are moving from east to west, but we do have some high level clouds moving from west to east. That's, filtered some sunshine earlier today, but that kept us rather cloudy, and we continue to see the cloudiness continuing through tonight, through tomorrow. We could see 1 or 2 sprinkles in the forecast. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. Look at your extended forecast. It's still to come.
Still to come in our news, we'll introduce you to a local hero who is joining forces with GB Cancer Society to spread holiday cheer with a donation of hair. Plus, spreading joy this season, our TV and Our News team up with All Saints Camp for our 2nd annual toy donation. The story when Our News continues.
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 p.m. It's your mission to hunt for Holly in one of the news stories. Simply join the Our News Bahamas Facebook live stream and be the first to tell us the name of the story where Holly appeared. Winners will be announced every Saturday and Sunday during Our News Weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. You could be one of our winners. Join Holly's Holiday Hunt and unwrap the joy exclusively on Our News Weekend. Happy holidays and happy hunting.
The sudden death of Minister Obi Wilshcombe led to an unexpected by-election in West Grand Bahama, a cabinet shuffle in the midst of an immigration debacle, and the government takes action on shanty towns, while an internal party election gets center stage at the PLP's convention as an MP stands trial on a sexual assault charge, and celebrating 50 years of independence. It's the Our News Year in Review, December 28th at 8 p.m. on the RTV network.
Christmas at the Nassau Cruise Port proving to be a December to remember. This as the port prepares to roll out even more visitor and family-friendly activities leading right on up to Christmas Eve. Commercial manager and events curator Amanda Friedman says the lineup included Junkanoo parades, dining experiences, and several community-oriented festivals. But if you missed any of those events, the family fun, she says, continues this evening.
Tonight, we have our Christmas movie marathon. So this is special because we have 3 different movies. We're running them back to back, very family friendly. It's going to be an amazing time. Tickets are $5. They are available on BahamasEtickets.com. They're also available at the door with card and cash, and kids 2 and under are free. So it's just like our last hurrah as we round out December. It's been a really busy time, and we want everybody to come out.
Well, the cruise port welcomed millions of visitors this year, including Santa, and locals are also taking advantage of the shopping opportunities. Friedman says shops will be open until 9 p.m. through Christmas Eve if you want to get more Christmas shopping in.
We've actually had over 26 ship days for the month of December. So, downtown is bustling. I know that people are in the spirit. People are very excited to, shop and take home a bit of the Bahamas. And we're so thrilled that they're able to do that here at Nassau Cruise Port. We want to be the place for people to come and shop. We are open. We are open to the public. We have been since June. And we think that we are a wonderful location for those last-minute gifts, those beautiful, unique Bahamian-made, authentically Bahamian-made gifts. And we want people to come down and take home, something beautiful and handmade for their friends and family.
Well, now to another heartwarming story. With the help of the Grand Bahama Cancer Society, one woman offering the gift of confidence this Christmas. Our Marlena Leonard tells us how she's spreading holiday cheer with a donation of hair.
After deciding to cut her tailbone-length hair, Jessica Russell is giving the gift of confidence to someone this Christmas.
I did consider sending it off to a company that would make a wig and donate it to someone else, but it was very important to me that I realized that it stayed in the Bahamas, and if I could manage it, that it stayed in Grand Bahama. This is, homegrown Bahamian hair. I'd like for it to go to a Bahamian recipient.
Russell was able to weft the hair herself, and from there reached out to friend Adina Knowles of Pink Onyx Salon, who turned the donation into the wig.
So in case anybody is unsure if this is something that they can do, it's possible. This is a donation that can be made. It's something that's possible.
President of the Grand Bahama Cancer Society, Lindette Curtis, says the donation is a game changer.
And by this donation today can let persons know, if this is something that you want to do, you can actually do for those ones who, have these beautiful long hair, that they can actually create a wig and donate it to persons diagnosed with cancer who would have lost their hair. So this is a great initiative. And so now persons can have that idea in mind that instead of just cutting my hair and letting it be thrown into the trash, I can actually, create a nice wig and donate it to someone who actually needs it.
Now, if you're interested in being the recipient of this wig, Curtis says,
right now we don't have a recipient, but we will be looking for one, because now that they know that this wig has been donated, I'm sure we'll be getting phone calls for persons who basically would want to be the recipient of this beautiful head of hair. And so therefore, just give us a call.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Marlena Leonard.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as U.S. President Joe Biden grants mass pardons for thousands with marijuana convictions. Plus, U.S. Customs says nearly 1,100 Caribbean migrants detained in 2 weeks. And hundreds of Santas gather in Tokyo to bring in the Christmas cheer. When our news returns.
As we celebrate the festive season and get ready to ring in the new year, it's a good time to reflect on the busy year we've had, finally getting back to normal.
Or simply adjusting to the new normal. We at our TV and our news family would like to say thank you
for welcoming and supporting us every day.
This is our way of saying thank you for staying with the team you already trust.
So from our family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. U.S. President Joe Biden issued sweeping pardons, clearing thousands with convictions for marijuana use on federal lands and in D.C. He also granted clemency to 11 serving disproportionately long sentences for nonviolent drug offenses. The Biden administration says it aims to rectify racial disparities, calling for equal justice and the removal of barriers to employment, housing, and education. The move builds on previous actions and urges governors to follow suit. Major oil and shipping firms in Britain, Germany, Norway, and Belgium are suspending transit through the Red Sea due to heightened concerns. Militant in Yemen supporting Hamas have increased attacks on vessels heading for Israel. BP, Equinor ASA, and others are rerouting ships to avoid the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. The U.S. announced a 10-nation coalition, including Britain, France, Bahrain, and Italy, to address missile and drone threats in the Red Sea. Well, in a 2-week span, 1,086 Caribbean migrants have been apprehended, according to U.S. Customs and Border Protection. The agency says joint efforts involving air and marine operations, Coast Guard, and international partners led to multiple interdictions, with 306 migrants seized near Turks and Caicos Islands and 306 more near Key Largo, Florida. CBP said last year enforcement actions yielded 134,981 migrant apprehensions, significant drug seizures, and weapon confiscations. And in a festive spectacle, nearly 300 Santas took over Tokyo's district, spreading Christmas joy. Office workers donned Santa suits, returning to gift giving and interactions by passers-by. Divided into 3 groups, Santas distributed ornaments, posed for pictures, and cleaned streets, a full-scale celebration after COVID restrictions. Participants from 41 companies shared in the holiday spirit. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was December 22nd. Then in our news at 7:30, controversy over Bahamas airplane decor as artists voiced concerns claiming competition designs were overlooked. And unleashing your inner child at the festive holiday carnival. Our Danielle Miller takes us for a ride when our news returns.
As a sponsor of this initiative, RBC is proud to take another significant step in our journey of 115 fruitful years here in the Bahamas. Our partnership with Alive further emphasizes our unwavering commitment to small and medium-sized businesses. I want to show you the ambitious entrepreneurs that RBC stands with you. So let's embrace the spirit of this campaign and create a thriving business landscape together for a prosperous future for all.
In the vibrant heart of the Bahamas, a common loftier goal unites us all. A place where love and unity thrive, where world-class technology is accessible and affordable, connecting every generation. We believe in our heritage and the boundless potential that lies within us. We believe in Bahamians.
Welcome back to Our News. It's time now to turn our spotlight on events that shaped the day that was December 22nd. Take a look.
On this day in Bahamian history, in 1988, the glamorous Carnival Crystal Palace Resort and Casino opened its doors on the Cable Beach Strip in Nassau. Originally the Cable Beach Hotel, Carnival Cruise Lines Inc. took the helm, sparking a legacy of luxury and entertainment. Fast forward to October 1st, 2008, the iconic Crystal Palace was demolished to make way for more development of what is now the billion-dollar Bahamas Resort. And in 2017, in a 7-minute-long ceremony, Sir Hartman Longley was sworn in as President of the Court of Appeal, taking over from Dame Anita Allen.
I truly feel proud to be able to lead a very able-bodied of men and women who were responsible for dispensing justice.
As it relates to the Court of Appeal's backlog, he says he plans on hitting the ground running.
One of the issues that we constantly face in this jurisdiction is the timely disposition of justice, ensuring that cases are heard on a timely basis, judgments are delivered on a timely basis, and that cuts across the board. And so one of the first duties I would have is to ensure that we do all that we can to expedite.
Well, we here at RTV and Our News enjoy putting smiles on the faces of children. And that's why we partnered with All Saints Camp for the second year in a row to donate toys to the children living in that community. Our Megan Shepard was among those there to represent us.
The All Saints Camp is home to 70 residents, 30 of which are children, ages 2 months through 16 years old. The Our News team coming together to ensure that their Christmas morning is merry and bright. Executive producer at Our News, Jerome Sawyer, making the donation.
And so we, dig in our pockets and buy gifts for the kids. Especially at Christmas time, children want to feel Christmas. They want to have new toys. They want to play. They want to have that sense of normalcy, no matter what environment they're in, whether they're in a regular home or they're in a place like this. They want to feel Christmas. And so it's just our way of trying to help those that are less fortunate.
Administrative assistant at All Saints Camp, Keishla Forbes, says they are grateful for the partnership that helps to make the Christmas holiday extra special. Forbes says it's much needed given the fact that donations have drastically decreased over the past year.
This year alone, donations probably was dropped down in the percentage range. We probably at a little 60-70%. We know that things are extremely hard, so for next year we hope that they can pick up.
Forbes shares how you can assist.
We are always in need of food supplies. Finances are down drastically, but food, we are always in need of that. So we are still accepting donations for the kids for gifts as well as food items.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Megan Shepard.
All right, thanks so much for that, Megan. It was so wonderful to be able to put smiles on those faces. If you want to learn more about how you can actually help the All Saints Camp, be sure and head over to ournews.bs where you can see that story again and all of today's top stories. That's going to do it for us in News at 7. Joining us now is Italia Hall with the latest headlines. Italia, I know you've got a story coming up about the carnival, the holiday carnival. Have you been?
No, I've not. I've passed it and I saw all the beautiful lights. I want to go, but probably not now.
Are you going to take Saint?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
All right.
But Ken, my question to you is...
Wait, just let's say no, I pushed for him to be able to go and experience the carnival.
Okay, Uncle Ken. But my question to you is, Christmas is only about, what, 1, 2, 3 days away? Shopping,
I think this is what, Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
This is Christmas Eve.
Have you already wrapped up all that shopping already, or?
You know what, Italia? I'm going to just...
All right, we're going to leave it there. We're going to leave it there.
Right there.
That sounds like a no, but we're going to leave it there. Thanks so much, Ken. Well, controversy over Bahamas airplane decor and unleash your inner child at the festive holiday carnival. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on our news live at 7:30, a man accused of having unlawful sexual intercourse with a 12-year-old is behind bars tonight. Also, what's the point? That's the question a creative designer is asking Bahamas Air following a design competition advertised by the major airline. The full story coming up. Plus, an economist says a more aggressive approach is needed when it comes to investment promotion. And later, the holiday carnival is back. Our Danielle Miller tells you all about the fantastic experience when our news live at 7:30 returns.
Have you heard that sound? It's the sound of us. Since our origins, we burst music. Our sounds mix together. So let us hear your sound too. Your sound of passion, of joy, of friendship. The sound of your style and the beat of your night. It's time to play together the sound of Guinness, the sounds of greatness.
How much do I owe
Welcome home.
Doctors Hospital is reimagined primary care. We have invested to improve our health system, ensuring that accessible, affordable, world-class clinical care is closer to you. Your relationship with a primary care provider shapes the foundation of your overall health. Our new, modern primary care facilities are where critical diagnosis and true personalized treatment begin. With locations across New Providence, Grand Bahama, and Exuma, we invite you to experience the Doctors Hospital difference. Book your next appointment at clinics.doctorshos.com.
As we celebrate the festive season and get ready to ring in the new year, it's a good time to reflect on the busy year we've had, finally getting back to normal.
or simply adjusting to the new normal. We at our TV and our news family would like to say thank you for welcoming and supporting us every day.
This is our way of saying thank you for staying with the team you already trust.
So from our family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Tourism today, Bahamas tourism today.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, gave remarks at the arrival of the inaugural non-stop flight from Seattle to Nassau.
It's important to point out the significance to us, to the entirety of the Bahamas, all 16 of our island destinations, how important these two flights are for our destination. These inaugurals from LA and Seattle, non-stop to Nassau, creates more accessibility and connectivity to the West Coast. You can now truly experience the vibrant culture, the rich heritage, the irresistible rhythms that you have heard a little bit of today. And this, of course, is the gateway to our 16 island destination. And even though the Bahamas used to feel a world away, it's great that we have changed that today with the arrival of this flight.
Director General of the Ministry of Tourism, Latia Duncombe, also expressed the importance of the new flight for international visitors to the Bahamas.
Today we saw the inaugural flight for Seattle coming into the islands of the Bahamas, and then the second one from LA coming into the Bahamas. And this is especially important for us because it connects the Pacific Northwest along with Canada and Asia as well, and it creates opportunities. We celebrated 8 million visitors, and our goal obviously is to increase our stopover visitors to make it easier and more convenient for our guests to come to our shores. As it relates to Seattle, it's 3 times per week, and LA is going to be year-round, 4 times per week. We're very excited about it.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 p.m. It's your mission to hunt for Holly in one of the news stories. Simply join the Our News Bahamas Facebook live stream and be the first to tell us the name of the story where Holly appeared. Winners will be announced every Saturday and Sunday during Our News Weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. You could be one of our winners. Join Holly's Holiday Hunt and unwrap the joy exclusively on Our News Weekend. Happy holidays and happy hunting.
Welcome to our news. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. While a man accused of molesting a child was remanded to prison on his 24th birthday, prosecutors say Joshua Newry had unlawful sexual intercourse with a 12-year-old girl twice this month. The incidents allegedly took place on December 16th and 18th. Newry did not have to enter pleas to the charges. When he stood before Senior Magistrate Shaka Seville, he is due next in court on March 25th to receive voluntary bill of indictment papers. While the decoration of a new Bahamas airplane sparked complaints from artists who submitted designs for a competition, our Joshua Williams spoke with one of them and has his story.
Joey Butler is an experienced graphic artist. He was one of several creatives who submitted work for Bahamas Airplane Design Competition to mark the country's 50th independence.
I actually did it, to be honest with you, to join the competition for the fun of it, to see if I could be able to be chosen, possibly be chosen for the design of the plane. So that was my whole idea of trying to join the whole competition.
As for what inspired him,
and it also has a Junkanoo style feel, which represents our culture. It has the blue marlin. Some of my designs have the blue marlin on it, and some has the flamingo, and it represent our national bird and national fish. So yeah, that's what it actually inspired that. And I also got inspired from different airlines, like such as JetBlue, Southwest Airlines, what has different designs.
Participants said the airline did not communicate with them properly before it ultimately chose the official logo chosen by the National Independence Secretariat. Butler says he, along with other creatives, were disappointed.
It came to most designers who participated in the competition as a surprise, because it was like, okay, so what's the whole point of, joining the competition? What's the whole point of you doing the competition if you still could go with what you think was best for the plane anyway? And then it was a couple of the things that, didn't add up or didn't, make sense.
I reached out to the managing director of Bahamas Air, Tracy Cooper, but got no response up to airtime. Although his design was not chosen, Butler remains confident.
I felt encouraged by the way that people were giving me some encouragement to say they really love my design. They really wish that it was posted out there. So I felt kind of great.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
Thanks for that, Josh. Real nice temperatures just in time for the holiday weekend. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is live in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Natalia. It's going to be pretty nice for the weekend. We're going to start to see a warm-up as the high pressure system remains the dominant weather feature. And that's going to bring us to some upper 70s before Christmas Day. 71 degrees outside our studios right now, cloudy and breezy. Winds out of the northeast, at 12 miles per hour. Your feels-like temperature is at 70. Satellite radar composite showing cloudy conditions across most of the island chain. Southeast Bahamas is the exception. We have that easterly breeze bringing in some low-level clouds in the form of some moisture as well. A couple of sprinkles across the northwest Bahamas, but high-level clouds will be moving from west to east, and that will filter sunshine through the rest of the weekend and into early next week. That's your first check on weather around the island. Stick with us. A look at your weekend forecast is still to come.
Still to come on our news, the Shell Saxon superstars say they are the best group on Bay. Our Bethany McDermott has their story straight ahead. Also, Junkanoo is alive. In just a few days, groups will gather on Bay for the 2023 Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade. We speak with a live senior communications coordinator live in studio and looking for something fun to do in Grand Bahama this holiday weekend. While the Grand Lucayan Resort may be the right option for you. We'll tell you why when our news continues.
Today, like every Christmas, they will join us at the family table. The aunt who photographs all the dishes. The cousin who's always late. The judgy couple. The niece who brings a new boyfriend every year. The bachelor who thinks he's still 20. And of course, the essential one. The one who brings the buckets. We all add something to make each Christmas as unique as the taste of KFC. KFC, it's finger-licking good. Attention, my Solomon Smart Rewards members! Are you ready for a holiday season filled with savings and rewards? Introducing Triple Point Sundays in Solomon's and Exuma Markets. That's right, earn 3 times the points on Sundays, November 5th to December 24th when you shop Solomon's and Exuma Markets. Don't miss out on this incredible chance to earn bonus points for your holiday grocery shopping. So triple the joy this holiday season and shop Triple Point Sundays for triple the savings on all the best deals.
Ain't no one else giving you 3 times the points.
So triple points. No more licking and keep on ticking. Ow, baby.
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 p.m. It's your mission to hunt for Holly in one of the news stories. Simply join the Our News Bahamas Facebook live stream and be the first to tell us the name of the story where Holly appeared. Winners will be announced every Saturday and Sunday during Our News Weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. You could be one of our winners. Join Holly's Holiday Hunt and unwrap the joy exclusively on Our News Weekend. Happy holidays and happy hunting.
The Shell Saxon superstars say they are the best group on Bay, and come Boxing Day, they intend to prove it. Our Bethany McDermott recently visited their shack.
The Saxons are quite formidable, and that we will rise to any and every occasion. We are the most rushingest group in Junkanoo history, and we are never scared. We will do what has to be done. So we are coming out of the gate 6. Just don't look back.
Saxon suffered a crushing defeat in the 2022 Boxing Day Parade, coming in 5th with 84.79 points. The Shell Saxon superstars are looking to redeem themselves this Boxing Day, and according to Candice Campbell-Moss, the group is working to execute its theme perfectly.
The theme for the Boxing Day parade will be executed efficiently. It will be executed as best as we possibly can, utilizing the creative geniuses that we have here in the Saxon Superstars camp.
While she couldn't release the theme at the time, she said the Saxon's Junkanoo Shack is in high gear, getting everything in order.
It slows down in the morning, but anytime from 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. the next morning, we are very, very feverish. It's a constant in and out situation, making sure everybody is pasted, making sure that their tricks, making sure that the adornments are there, even in terms of feeding people, because of course you can't just have people working nonstop and there be no sustenance. So that is a very, very feverish operation, and we make sure that everybody is taken care of as best as we possibly can.
We spoke to two Saxon superstars as they worked on their pieces for the upcoming parade. They say they're ready and are confident in what they will bring to Bay.
Well, the preparations are going good. Right now, just about all the pacing is done. So we're basically doing fine-tuning, decorating, all the things to carry you over the edge.
Basically right now, I just doing a little detailing work. So I just about finished and ready.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
All right, thanks for that, Berthany. And speaking of the upcoming showdown, I'm pleased to be joined by Alive Senior Communications Coordinator, Indira Munro. Ms. Munro, thanks so much for being with us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Well, Alive is now in its second year of sponsorship of the major parades. And before we get into all of the logistics, I want to know, in what ways does Alive align with the values and themes of Junkanoo?
Sure. So Alive is a fully Bahamian-owned company. And of course, when you think Junkanoo, you think Bahamian. Junkanoo is also synonymous with themes such as resilience, community, unity, and those are really core values that the Alive brand aligns itself with. Junkanoo is the ultimate embodiment of Bahamian culture. And at Alive, we are dedicated and committed to preserving our cultural heritage.
Sure, agreed. And as fans come out to take part in Junkanoo and just to see what all will be expected this year, what should they know?
So there are some key things that we want all ticket holders to know. The first thing I think is that the only printed tickets that will be accepted at the gates are JCNP official tickets. Ticket holders should also remember that taking screenshots of QR codes or photos of e-tickets and thinking that that is a means of ticket transfer, that won't be accepted at the gates. In terms of ticket transfers, the only transfers that are allowed are specifically within the Alive Events app, and transfers are to be done one at a time. And we are also encouraging persons that if they would like to transfer tickets to their friends or family members to definitely go ahead and do so prior to the parade and prior to coming out, so that if they are in need of any assistance, that our support team can help them with that assistance.
Right, so that Alive Events app is really significant and important to have on your phone on that day.
Most definitely.
Okay, for sure. And before the parade, if people are having any technical issues or support, who do they contact?
Sure. So if you're having any technical issues with the app or e-ticket issues, you can reach out to our support team at events.support@bealive.com.
All right. And are there any unique Junkanoo specific activations?
So sure, in the spirit of Junkanoo, of course, we brought back our Junkanoo 5 one-day plan. Okay. And so consumers can, for just $5 a day, consumers can have access to 2 gigabytes of data, local call and text for just $5 a day. So you really can't beat that.
Yeah, for sure. Extremely great deals. Thanks so much for sharing with us tonight.
Thank you, too.
All right, and that was Alive Senior Communications Coordinator, Indira Munro. Once again, thanks so much. Well, it's often been said there isn't much to do in Grand Bahama due to the island's economic situation. But if you're looking for something fun to do over the holiday weekend, the Grand Lucine Resort may be a good option. This as Christmas karaoke will now be offered at the newly restored Prop Club that was officially opened by the Deputy Prime Minister last month. Restaurant manager Latoya Stewart sharing the holiday lineup.
Joining us will be Daddy Steely. We have Uncle Sam, guys. Also on Christmas Eve, we have our Sunday brunch, 12 to 4. If you've been here for brunch before, you would realize that we do it different every time. on Christmas Day, we also have a buffet for you guys from 5 to 9, okay? New Year's Eve, we have the fabulous Portobello's again that is going to hop on the New Year's Eve gala. And then when you're done with your dinner here, you go to the prop club where you will wine and dine and party.
When our news comes back from the break, candy apples, pizza, and popcorn. The holiday carnival is back. We'll tell you what you can expect this year.
Bahamians in action on the hardwood, and we hear from the director of sports on the year that was. I'll be right back with our sports.
And cool temperatures just in time for the holiday weekend. Greg is back with your extended weather right after this quick break. Stay with us. This is Our News. Welcome back to Bahamians in Action in the NBA and a one-on-one interview with the Director of Sports. Here's Sasha Lightborn with a check on sports. Sasha?
Thanks, Natalia. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sasha Lightborn. Welcome to Our Sports. Coach Yo picks up a win against her alma mater, and Buddy and DeAndre see action in the NBA. Let's see how they did.
Coach Yolette McKeown and her Ole Miss Lady Rebels pick up a win, taking their record to 9-3. The 62-47 win came over Arkansas Pine Bluff, the alma mater of Coach Yo. Leading the Lady Rebels was Madison Scott and Marquisha Davis, both of whom finished with 13 points. In the NBA, both Buddy Hield and DeAndre Ayton saw action last night. In the earlier game, Hield and his Indiana Pacers lost to the Grizzlies 116-103. Buddy had 16 points, 6 boards, and 4 assists. DeAndre Ayton had a double-double, scoring 23 points and pulling down 16 boards, but that was also in a losing effort to the Washington Wizards, 118-117.
For the past few days, we have been sharing the highs and lows from different sports federation heads for 2023. Now we hear from a senior government official. The director of sports is in the hot seat.
Kelsey Johnson says 2023 was a good year for sports in the Bahamas, so the focus is now to build upon and improve for 2024.
One of the things I think we can work on is our sports and tourism brand. Even though we are inviting a number of countries and we had a number of international and regional tournaments here, we can do more.
She also spoke about upgrades to sports facilities in the Family Islands.
That's one of our major and biggest concentration for next year as well. I think it was Cat Island and Exuma that will have 1 or 2 facilities that will now be in place or will start as of 2024. The Prime Minister did promise the 50-meter pool to Freeport Grand Bahama, so we're looking forward to that as well. You will see the gym in Andros getting opened officially. There's a gym in Bimini. We're looking forward to having tournaments in Freeport Grand Bahama, bringing that the shine back in that particular city.
Now we'll have more from the director of sports in another Sportscast. That does it for sports for today. I'm Sasha Lightborn. Have a great and safe weekend, everyone, and also a very Merry Christmas to you and yours.
Still ahead on Our News tonight, a fantastic experience. This as the Holiday Carnival is back in Nassau. Our Daniel Miller has more coming up. And nice weather conditions outside the Our News studios this evening. Greg is back with your extended weather when Our News returns.
The sudden death of Minister Obi Wilshcombe led to an unexpected by-election in West Grand Bahama, a cabinet shuffle in the midst of an immigration debacle, and the government takes action on shanty towns, while an internal party election gets center stage at the PLP's convention as an MP stands trial on a sexual assault charge, and celebrating 50 years of independence. It's the Our News Year in Review, December 28th at 8 p.m. on the RTV network.
Welcome back to Our News. Nice weather conditions outside the Our News studios on this Friday. Greg is back in the Weather Center with your extended forecast. Greg?
Yeah, thanks again, Natalia. Welcome back, everybody. Should be a pretty nice end of the week, beginning of Christmas. Temperatures are going to slightly warm up. High pressure process is going to slide out towards the east. That will allow our winds to turn more east to southeast over the weekend. And of course, those temperatures should get into the mid to upper 70s. Right now, they are just around the mid 70s. That easterly wind flow will continue to bring some low-level moisture across areas, so we could see a couple of sprinkles, and eventually by Sunday into Monday, those winds will be more southeasterly, so we could see just a slight uptick. And of course, everybody's concerned about Boxing Day. We do expect a front next week. That front is actually not expected to get into our area sometime till about Wednesday, Thursday time frame. So Boxing Day and Christmas Day looks to be nice. Maybe some clouds, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. Future forecast showing the moisture across our area, and that's mostly low level. Some spotty showers moving across through Saturday, and then by Sunday we expect a slight uptick as our winds turn more towards the east to southeast by that time frame. Boating, we still have a caution flag for you guys out there. Still a little choppy out there. Northeast winds to east winds, 15 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet near shore, but they will be building up to 7 feet offshore in some northeast to easterly swells. Low tide will be at 10:09 tonight. Your high tide taking place at 4:39 in the morning. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, as I mentioned, as those winds turn more towards the east to southeast, get an uptick in some shower activity across the area. And then Christmas Day, cloudy conditions, but we don't expect too much in terms of any significant rainfall. Tuesday, Wednesday time frame is when we do expect that frontal boundary basically by Wednesday, and then an uptick in showers by the end of next week. But temperatures will be warming up near the 80-degree mark. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night. Have a great weekend and Merry Christmas, everybody.
All right, thanks so much, Greg. Well, a sure sign that the Yuletide season is upon us is seeing the trailers arrive for the annual holiday carnival. The brilliant display of lights and fun rides are set up at Clifford Park. Our Danielle Miller takes a look at what keeps crowds coming back.
For many Bahamians, the holiday carnival is a must-go. This age-old tradition is embroidered in the hearts of thousands of locals, bringing a sense of joy and thrill to the holiday season.
After 30 plus years, it's a wonderful experience. It's not Christmas without it. We're just happy to bring these rides, bring the food, bring the smiles. We expect and hope for everybody to come down with their family and have lots of fun with us.
Set up at the historic Clifford Park, patrons enjoy breathtaking views while roaming through a huge playground where you can find games and carnival rides. Some of them new, some of them returning crowd favorites, like the pirate ship. This attraction was missing for a minute, but it's back, and I could not resist.
It's really something that I could look forward to every year, so going off to school and having something that I was used to as a child, and even so spending time with my friends. And we sat next to each other on the pirate ship, and you sat screaming before me.
Not a thrill seeker? Well, the carnival also caters to the foodies, offering their famous pizza and a wide range of sweet carnival treats.
I rate it 5 stars.
With gates opening from 2 p.m. on holidays, 6 p.m. on weekdays, and 4 p.m. on weekends, organizers want to ensure that everyone gets the opportunity to awaken their inner kid this holiday season.
Well, we sure did have a great time here at the Holiday Carnival. Make sure you come on down and enjoy the rides and the food. Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, thanks, Danielle. Looks like lots of fun. And of course, if you want to see that story again, you can visit ournews.bs. And with that, we thank you for joining us for Our News Tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening and happy holidays.